Today we're going to talk about Google's Applied Digital Skills program. This program provides free curriculum for middle school and high school teachers to use with their students. It's all aligned to the Common Core state standards and it's ready for you to use. It teaches students valuable skills like creating presentations and writing resumes, things they're going to need in college, career, and beyond. Let's get started. To access the Applied Digital Skills curriculum for the first time, search for Applied Digital Skills. If you scroll down to the first option and click Enter, you'll see the first search result is Google Applied Digital Skills. Click that link. From here, I suggest adding it to your bookmarks since it's kind of a long URL. You can bookmark it by clicking the star and then selecting where you'd like your bookmark to go. Let's go ahead and sign up for an account. Applied Digital Skills automatically connects to your Google Drive. It is very important you select your RUSD Learns Google account for Applied Digital Skills. This is especially important for sharing the content to Google Classroom. Next, select your role. Then you'll need to fill out the profile. At the bottom where it asks you to select your subject, this is to help Google target 1, what lessons need to be created, and 2, what lessons they should share with you. I'm just going to select all of them. Then I'll click Save. Next, you'll need to name your class. I highly suggest naming the class something similar, if not exactly the same as the names you use in your Google Classroom. For me, one of my classroom classes is called Ari's Test Class 1819, so that's what I'll name this. Regardless of what type of learner you choose, you'll be able to access the content for both audiences. Selecting the learner type just helps Google understand who's using the curriculum. Next, click Create. You'll then be taken to a dashboard for this specific class. In this case, we don't have any current lessons, so nothing will show up here. Under the Getting Students Started page, you'll want to make sure you recognize that headphones are generally required, as lots of videos are used in this curriculum. You'll also want to check out the instructions that they give for students to sign up. I suggest copying those instructions and using your Share to Google Classroom extension to make an announcement and pasting the instructions there. That way, students will be able to create their Applied Digital Skills account. Next, under Preparing to Teach, it gives you a recommended prep time to make sure you're able to complete the activities. Then on the bottom, there's a folder for posters and flyers. In addition to the posters and flyers, there's also a folder for training resources. But now let's add content to our class. I like going to the Curriculum tab at the top of the page to search for content. When you come to the Curriculum page, you have a couple of filters you can use to help you better find the content you'd like. First, you can filter by audience. So in this case, I'll filter by middle and high school. Then you can filter by a specific app. In this case, I'm going to choose Docs. Then you can even filter by our California state standards. In this case, I'll do California standards for grade 11. And I can pick from the Career Technical Education Standards or the Literacy Standards. So in this case, I'll choose Literacy Standard 3.3. I can even dial it down to a specific skill, but I'll just leave it at that for now. In this case, now I have some lessons I can pick from. I have if-then adventure stories, researching, creating and editing, planning an event, and picking a box office hit. In this case, I'm going to pick the Research and Develop a Topic assignment. So under this, you'll get to see the full range of the activities. So in this case, the first section, students will be testing for credibility. Then they'll be exploring a topic with research and collaboration. And they'll even get to practice writing some code before the final wrap-up. Always on the left, you'll see how long it needs to complete, what the audience is, what skills are covered, and what tools are used. If you'd like, you can also click on the lesson plan to see the full Google Doc lesson plan. And as you can see, Google is always keeping an eye out for questions, comments, and concerns. Highly suggest you read the entire lesson plan to fully understand what your students will be doing as they go through the applied digital skills materials. There's also a rubric available for the lessons. It tells you what to look at, the different types, your score, and comments. There's even a link to an exemplary project. To assign this work to your students, the best way to do it is to use the Share to Classroom button. When you click this button, it'll open a new window. You'll then choose which class you'd like to assign it to, and then choose if you'd like to make it an assignment, a question, or an announcement. I'm choosing to make this an assignment. It'll then import all of the information, including the sign-in. If you notice under the instructions, it says you may need the class code, which is why we made sure to share this with our students via Google Classroom already. Don't forget, you can add a due date and a due time. I'll make it due next Friday. Then you can either assign it immediately, save it as a draft to assign later, or schedule the assignment to come out at a later time. I'll assign it now. This was a quick review on how to get started with applied digital skills. If you'd like to learn more, please use our ILE PD request form to ask for a staff developer to come work with you and your team.